for the district.
And it's a good question, and I told Mr. Cody this. I don't believe in any way, shape, or form that our facility staff is not being diligent. I think there is due diligence occurring. And I think what happens in these darn things is you go out, and as you say, you can ask for 15 contractors to put in something, and you find 2 or 3 that really can come forward and do the work. Then you find maybe out of those 2 or 3, 1 or 2 can do it within a school district's timeline and, you know, do it for that price. Dr. Bernard?
I was going to say that if a motion is made and it's seconded and that motion fails, it can be returned for reconsideration if somebody who is in the majority of the action asks for it to come back. So it doesn't mean that staff can't bring it back again, but a board member would have to request that it come back.
Right. So when you said that this proposal was cost neutral, what did you mean? So everybody understands that.
What the board is taking action on tonight is a $0 value to the contractor. It's got an immense value to the district. What we're doing is we're engaging this particular contractor to go out and investigate and verify the drawings that are on hand. So, and he's willing to do that at zero cost to the district. So there's not a dollar impact to this. And Ms. Williams can maybe expand more, but I believe that the PSA does not entitle the contractor to a lease award. So we're not obligated to give a lease agreement to that. That's our intent. We fully intend to move forward if we can negotiate a final cost with that, but I don't believe there's a legal obligation to actually execute a lease.
And I don't know if Ms. Williams can answer that at this time or not.
Well, I can answer it generally. I wasn't involved in all of the nuances relative to this particular contract, but the actual, as Mr. Cody indicated, the actual contract amount would be a negotiated item, and I believe in the agreement that's before you, there is a blank for the amount, and so that would be then put in. But I think this is the amount that's stated is the not to exceed.
And this one, in this particular one, is $0.
Right. You would come back for the second step.
You will see a lease-leaseback agreement come back in the future based on the findings of this, the negotiation with the contractor, the opening of their books, showing us all of their information ahead of time.
Okay, so that's an important distinction. Okay, so to wrap this up, we either need to have a motion or we need to just postpone this and you come back and try again at the next board meeting. So I would just ask again, and if not, then we would just table this, try to bring it back on September 25th. I don't know what that does to you, or, yeah, the 25th. Mrs. Mayo?
I would move that the board approve the preliminary service agreements with Tabor Construction as presented.
Okay, thank you. Motion by Mrs. Mayo. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Lawrence. And we've had a long discussion, so I would ask that we just go to the vote. I think perhaps with the reassurance that this is a zero cost and there is a second go-round in terms of any approval of the actual project. And motion carries 4-0-1. Okay, so we've got through that one. Now, if the board feels the need to do something more, and that's why I was trying to pin it down, is it the issue of lease-leasebacks, or is it the issue of just general construction projects, or Measure C, or bond money, or?
It's the questions that Mr. Parker brings to us. I mean, he asks questions and there's no answer out there. So I think I need to talk to Mr. Parker and I need to
All right, why don't we start there, Mrs. Demler, and you talk with Mr. Parker and Mr. Cody. Mr. Cody's very informative and very available, and then we'll see where it goes from there. Okay, thank you, Mrs. Mayo, for moving us through that one. Okay, next on the agenda is Mr. Richards, probably.